farming can be fun and profitable if managed at the same time correctly. This week on The Ghanaian Farmer, we are going to discuss the breeding and hatchery of Guinea fowl. My name is Enyanam, and this is the Northern Region edition of The Ghanaian Farmer. Specifically, we are in Tamale, and we are having a conversation with a breeder and at the same time someone who is into hatchering. So it is done at his end before moved to the farmer to continue from there. So if you don't see a huge Guinea fowl behind us, it is because as a season in the Northern Region, the weather is not conducive. It is not too good to start hatching at this time because the birds will die. So from around March, April, that is the season for hatching the eggs. So don't ask me, I'm not, where are the Guinea fowls? You will see them, the pictures and the videos of what he has done previously. So get interactive on our social media platform on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube, The Ghanaian Farmer. This program is proudly brought to you by Lizzie Tomato Mix, and many thanks to Crocodile Market as well. So we're going for a quick break, and when I come back, Mr. Isifu is right here with me, and he will explain the process of hatching or breeding the eggs from the little stage before it is moved to the farmer. I'll tell you this and more. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Thanks for staying. If you're just tuning in, you're watching The Ghanaian Farmer. My name is Enyanam, and seated next to me is Isifu Basit Deen, and he is he's a hatcher and a breeder of Guinea fowl. Isifu, thanks for joining me. Now, when we say hatching or breeding of Guinea fowl, what are we referring to?
Yes, thank you very much. As you mentioned, my name is Isifu Basit Deen. I'm a Guinea fowl hatcher and brooder. Okay. This means that I have come to realize that this area of production has a pothole or loophole in that people have problems as to that area, as to hatching their birds and brooding them to a certain stage of their life. And mostly we do that within 6 weeks. So hatching, meaning that we have incubators that we go around, collect the eggs, and then we'll hatch them for people who need them at day old, people who need them at 1 week, people who need them at 2 weeks up to 6 weeks. So this supply is made based on the person's request. So because we have realized that a lot of people don't have the know-how as to the management of this stage of the bird life.
Early stages.
Of the bird life. So we boost them at this stage and then transfer them to the request person or the farmer for him or her to continue.
How do you come by the eggs you hatched?
In the Northern region, we have areas that we have a lot of Guinea fowls. So we have linkages around. And therefore, we usually have agents around those communities. So that mostly we give out money when the eggs are coming. So that agent will go around the farmers, collect this egg daily. When they are mostly like daily, when the eggs is up to 20. The people sell their eggs at 20s. 20 pieces.
So you have
certain
people
price.
who specifically sell the eggs for hatches.
For hatches.
To also go and hatch it before they also sell to farmers.
To the farmers.
Do we have varieties of Guinea fowl?
Yes, in the Northern region, in the Northern region particular, we have a particular Guinea fowl. But when our studies across the 3 Northern region, we have about 4 categories of Guinea fowl.
What are they? Can you mention the names?
They are not by name per se, but they are by about their production levels. When you look at the Northern Guinea fowl, it doesn't lay more, and it doesn't look small. It is medium. And when you look at Upper East, we have two categories Guinea fowls in Upper East. We have the Guinea fowl coming from Zebila, Binemba, Boko area. They look very big and also doesn't lay more. And when you come to, let's say, Bongo area, coming to Bolga and the rest, Sandema and the rest, they also have a certain type of Guinea fowl. They lay more, but they don't look big as the northern region one.
Okay.
And when you go to Upper West, we have another Guinea fowl. That type looks the check type. It has more whitish amount and then ash color.
Which one do we have right behind you?
This one is the northern type.
This is the northern type?
The northern type. We have more of this in the northern region.
Okay.
And more of this in the Upper East, the both two sections. But Upper West, they are more multicolors.
All right.
And they lay more, but look very small.
All right.
So these are the differences.
So among these four,
yes,
all of it is being reared in the northern region?
Yes.
Okay. So when you buy the eggs
yeah.
and take it to your farm,
yes,
and then fix them into the hatchery machine,
yeah.
how many days does it take before the egg break for the baby guinea fowl to come out?
When an egg has a duration, the duration is 28 days.
Okay.
But due to the environmental condition, a certain period of the year, the egg can be even hatched within 20 days.
So when the egg hatched,
yeah.
First of all, how many eggs does a guinea fowl lay? One guinea fowl.
A survey was made, and it's like, because the guinea fowl has a nature, it doesn't lay continuously.
Okay.
It can lay maybe 2-3 days continuous and stop maybe 1 day. Some will lay today, tomorrow it wouldn't lay. So
on an average?
On an average, maybe about 100 eggs. 100 to 150 eggs per the season.
One guinea fowl?
Yes, one guinea fowl.
Can lay 100 eggs?
Yes.
Okay.
Within the season, because it lay between April
all
to
the way to
August.
August?
Yes.
Okay. So, meaning you one guinea fowl can lay up to 100 eggs between this zone?
Yes, this zone.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, after the egg is hatched,
yeah.
What happens next?
At that stage, you need to take it to the brooder house or brooder place.
Okay.
So that the guinea fowl at the brooder point needs certain factors. That the conditional factors, feed and the rest. It needs a very good feed. It needs a very good environment, hygienic environment. That will read a temperature between 34 to 38, like the incubation, and reduce maybe 2 by every week until maybe 6 weeks, when totally you take the temperature, the heat source completely out of the system. So this place, because the guinea fowl is not fatty, and it doesn't feather fast like the chicken. This is the reason why you need a very long period of heat supply to the brooding system.
Okay.
And with this stage, you need a better feeding, because they are hard birds. They are not like the chicken. So you need very quality, balanced feed. And therefore, now our survey or our study have come to realize that you will use feed like magic feed or broiler mash. Your brooding will be very, very, very nice.
All right. So the two feed you mentioned, do you prepare or you buy?
I buy. At this stage, I buy.
All right. So viewers, you're still watching The Ghanaian Farmer. My name is Enyonam, and seated next to me is Isifu Basit Deen. He is a guinea fowl breeder and hatcher, and we are discussing, if you want to go into this line of farming, what you need to know. And at this season, you might not see a lot of the guinea fowl in his farm currently, because guinea fowls cannot lay around this time due to the weather. that we have in the north presently. But we would come back somewhere around March, April to give you a feel of when they start laying eggs and the hatching goes on. However, we'll still give you videos and images of what he's done last year for you to see and match it with the information he's giving. I'm going for a quick breather. I'll be right back after this. Stay tuned. So welcome back from the break. You're still watching The Ghanaian Farmer. My name is Enyuna. Mr. Hatch, so when the egg is hatched and you have your guinea fowls, the little ones now, how many times do you feed them in a day?
Yes, the guinea fowl from our experience.
Okay.
We feed them about 3 times a day.
Okay.
And the 3 times is such that we feed them at maybe when they are able to eat maybe 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
Then the feed gets finished. Then they stay maybe 1 hour or 2 for us to bring another feed again, the same feed. That enables them to eat more because they will see it as a fresh feed. You understand? It's just like we human beings. If they prepare TZ for me, maybe the whole TZ in a full flask for the whole day, morning, afternoon, and the evening. You see that the intake, taking some in the morning, in the afternoon, the same TZ, will be different than if they prepare fresh. In the morning fresh, then I eat. In the afternoon fresh, in the evening fresh. You see that my intake will be higher than taking the same feed that is in the flat. It's the same thing as the bed.
Okay.
In the bed, you put more feed, you calculate the whole day, and you put the feed in the feeding troughs. And it is at a certain period, it will start to smell itself in the feed, which it will consider that the feed is old.
Okay.
So it starts to spoil, wasting the feed. Because of this, we don't do that.
Okay, you
just feed them gradually.
Feed them plenty.
Yes.
You do it in proportions.
In proportions.
Okay. All right.
So that they will eat more. Yeah.
How much do you sell one little guinea fowl?
We have the DO that last year we're selling 380 pesos.
Per one?
Yes.
Okay.
But that also depends on the season.
Okay.
Because the early seasons of the year, because the eggs start coming, the price sometimes is higher.
How much do you buy the eggs?
It's
last
also
year. Let's look
yes.
last year.
Last year it also depends on the season. The earliest stages you can buy 20 for 40 cedi.
Okay.
Then it reduces while the increase of the egg is increasing.
Okay.
So it's also reduced.
Okay, the more the eggs in the system,
the price comes
lessens.
down.
Okay.
Yes. And the scarce the eggs in the system,
the higher
the price.
Okay.
So this is how it's also. So we sell the case based on that.
How much the eggs is sold to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So at this point, if I want to start farming or rearing guinea fowl, and I walk to you as a startup, what do you advise? Do you advise I start with the little ones you are breeding, or you are I get this matured ones rather? Yeah,
this one first I'll have to know the sort of housing that you have.
I have.
Whether it's for growing, it's for brooding, before I can now supply you the type of birds you can, because you may not have the housing for brooding, maybe for only growing. Okay. So I have to brood them to at a certain stage before you can pick them.
How much does a guinea fowl cost in Tamale?
The guinea fowl are sold based on the area,
sizes.
The area and the sizes.
Okay.
Yes. For now, in Tamale at the market, it's sold between 38 to 45 cedis per one.
Okay. Okay.
And like you were saying, based on the size, but you just go the seller, just pick the bird and come and this are sold this. There's no scale
to weigh.
No.
Okay.
You only hold it and then you also just examine. But you will not able to tell what is the scale of the bird.
So it means that you don't have a standard price.
No.
I can choose my own price. You can also choose your own price.
Yes.
Okay.
But your price cannot work. You, the buyer, your price cannot work because you are coming to buy. If you don't buy,
I can go to
you can go to another
All
person.
Right.
And because they are within the same place, they have prices, the same prices for all the type of the birds.
Okay. In your case, as a breeder, you did said because you don't want them to waste it or feel the feed is old, you give them in proportions and in 3 times a day.
Yes.
What happens to the matured ones? How many times do I feed them a day as well?
You can also
do I also do the proportional
feeding? Yes. You can do that. You can do that.
Now, I realize there's rice grains on the ground.
Yeah.
What impact does it have on the birds?
Yeah, it serves as a litter. Yes, as a litter. So that when the birds drops, it doesn't make the place very filthy. Okay. It mixes with the litter. Right. So this one is in replace of sawdust or wood shaving.
Right. What's the difference between a guinea fowl being kept in an enclosed place like this as against the one in the bush?
You are talking on enclosed. You know, some they allow them to just
walk
roam.
Around.
Yes, and they will not have the bush one. Those that are allowed to move around, their growth is slow because it may move around and it won't get anything to eat. Okay. But then it has lost some energy, which is at the end will reduce its size. Okay. But this one, they are at a confined place because of and you are giving them a balanced diet that will aid them to grow faster. But then they would be too fatty and the meat will be soft, unlike the one that is roaming outside. But also relate to the bush ones that are not rare. The difference between them is this one, the house guinea fowl is accommodated small because they can be close, but for them they're unless maybe from 100 meters away. And the other difference is that their neck doesn't have feathers, and they doesn't have comb, but this one has.
All right. We're going for a break now. When I come back, we'll talk about infections that also affect guinea fowl. Okay. If there is any, because we know about poultry, birds, and the infections that they have. My name is Enyonam, and this is the Ghanaian Farmer, the Northern Region edition. Specifically, we are in Tamale. This episode give you tips on how to go into guinea fowl farming. And Mr. Basit Deen here happens to be a hatcher and a breeder of guinea fowl before it is transferred to the farmer. And so he's giving you all the tips that you need to know. But for now, stay tuned. I'll be right back. And this episode is talking about guinea fowl farming. So, Mr. Basit Deen, with poultry, we know about the infections that they have every year. Yeah. How about guinea fowl? Do you also have any infection that affect them?
Actually, I've been hearing about the infection that is especially the bird flu. But in the northern region, I don't think it's mostly at the southern from Kumasi, Sunyani, and the other. But for the northern region, I've never experienced bird flu. Only what, especially specific to guinea fowl, what I know is maybe 3 things like cocci, E. coli, and then some bacterial infections.
So what symptoms do I see to know that my guinea fowl has an infection?
With cocci, you see brownish droppings with blood stains, and then with E. coli, you see very white droppings. That will tell you that it is suffering from E. coli and other. So because of that, the bird, like we have to know, the bird is not like human being when it sleep and daybreak, and so much of the observations of these droppings that will guide you as to the management of the bird, so that if the droppings, you know that maybe a normal healthy guinea fowl or fowl droppings is supposed to be hard, and then maybe some water small by it, or hard, and you can see some white dot on it. That tells you that this is a normal, healthy bird. But anything about you should be alarmed.
In that case, how many times do I invite, how do you call it, this veterinarian, to pass by my farm and inspect my birds?
With that one, because like I was saying, it cannot, if he's sick, it cannot come and tell you. You need to have let's take it a time period, maybe every month the vet should come around, or a certain period you need to give this type of medication or vaccination across the year.
Are there any challenges associated with rearing guinea fowl?
Challenges. For now, the challenges, as like you said, is about the seasonal. Well, if like this time of the season the guinea fowl is laying and one is able to hatch this time, your management system will be down in the system in the way that this time of the year bacteria is low because of the weather. Atmosphere is dry. You know, bacteria is mostly prone in the rainy season because the weather is very cool. So if you hatch them this time, so because of that, people that their eggs or they have eggs small around this time, they have very low hatchability but high survivability. You can hatch 20 out of 20, you can get 5 or 6, 7 hatch. But it may happen to you have the whole 7 survive. No mortality. But in the rainy season, you can have all the 20 set hatch. But may have nothing survive.
I see.
Yes.
Have you experienced that before?
At the early stage of my work, I was experiencing that.
I see.
And now I know because of this, it means that at that time, you need to put a lot of measures and then so that you'll be able to contain that.
Okay, so the machine you use for hatching, you showed us the machine. What do you use to power it so that there can be constant heat around the beds?
Yes, it's electricity. And when there's lights off, then you have to put
How
on
much
the
does
generator.
one machine cost?
It depends on the capacity.
Is it locally manufactured or you buy from abroad?
It's locally, thermally made, tissue made.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
It's guinea fowl. So, can you give me an estimate? Somebody will estimate.
Like
how much should I be holding if I want to buy some of the machine you're using?
With the 200 capacity, if you hold maybe 1,600 and above, you can get.
Do you sell the machine as well?
Yes, this time of the
so if I
season,
order from you, you can get.
You order 10 days, I'll supply you.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's fine. Would you say guinea fowl farming is profitable?
Actually, when I finished my diploma program, I wanted to be self-employed, so I just went direct into that.
What's your educational background?
I just ended Polytechnic.
Polytechnic?
Yeah.
A Polytechnic student or graduate becomes a guinea fowl hatcher and breeder.
Yes.
Congratulations.
You're welcome.
For such a bold step, putting your certificates aside and going into hatching and breeding of guinea fowl. Well done. Now, quickly, if I want to go into guinea fowl farming, hatching or breeding, how much capital should I hold in my hands?
It will depend on the size of farming you want to start with. So let's take it, you want to start maybe 100 guinea fowls. At least we are holding like 1,000. You can start. 1,000? 1,000.
Including my structure?
No.
It doesn't.
No. This one is for only even the birds up to maybe growth. Here you are holding 1,000 because maybe you are buying the birds and maybe 4 CDs, because this year we are going maybe 4 CDs per day old, and you can use the remaining one for feeding, medication, not.
But what's the difference between poultry farming and guinea fowl? If you are given the two, which one will you choose?
Poultry farming and guinea fowl. Guinea fowl that I'll choose.
You choose guinea fowl. Why?
Yes. The reason is guinea fowl tastes good. The market is always available. Now, even the layers, the span layers, 20 cities here, 2018 city, 22 city, 20 up to 30 city. By the guinea fowl, you can it's between 30 and above. And the moment you can catch guinea fowl from this place to town without getting a buyer, but you can take a guinea fowl to the market, a fowl to the market and bring it back without getting a buyer.
All right, your last words to our viewers. It's been an insightful conversation. Your last words to our viewers. What do you have to tell the younger ones who are out there saying, there's no job in the country. If a Polytechnic student can put aside his certificate and go into farming, what do you have to tell your viewers?
Actually, like we say that there's no work. Actually, I don't trust in that. Like, for instance, like when you came home, you saw me now getting into fish farming. I started this just April last year. But I came to realize that there are some byproducts within the poultry in the rearing, which are always waste, like the infertile eggs, the dead in shells, and the rest. Usually we go to throw them away. That's why that I quickly jump into rearing of fish, so that when the infertile eggs are not hatched, I parboil them and use them to supplement my fish. Okay. And the dead in shell, I use that also to supply my fish. And also those that, if unfortunately some die, I parboil them and I use them for my fish. Right. So whatever, you should always not sit down to look, government. Who is government? I and you, we are government. And if, let's say, everybody is able to create his own small work, there wouldn't be unemployment. Everybody will be employed. Right. So, and you have to start by at least whatever capital you have. Don't wait to get big money before you start. Right. I started small by 1 pound. Now, how many pounds did you see in my house just within 1 year? Now I'm to struggle. I need to have water, let's say a borehole, let's say get a feed pellet machine before. But I have to start somewhere before I can get that. Okay. So everybody should start small. Okay. You can grow.
That brings us to the end of our discussion on guinea fowl farming here in Termali. And many thanks to our guest, Mr. Isifu Basit Deen, for that insightful tips he shared on guinea fowl farming. My name is Enyunam. See you next time.